Good morning, class 10th. Today we are going to do problems as we were doing problems based on the midpoint, the section formula and centroid. Here we have been given with a triangle ABC and he has given you the midpoints of AB, BC and AC. D is the midpoint of AB, E is the midpoint of BC, and F is the midpoint of AC. The coordinates of D, E, F are given as 3, 4, 8, 9 and 6, 7. What we have to do is, we have to find the vertices of the triangle ABC. That means we have to find the coordinates of A, B and C. Now what the method would be that I would assume the coordinates of A to be x1, y1, B x2, y2 and C as x3, y3. I'll assume the coordinates of A to be x1, y1, B to be x2, y2 and C to be x3, y3. Now I will take side, for example. Let me take side AB. We know the midpoint D. D is the midpoint because he has given you AD is equal to DB. AD is equal to DB. It is given to you D is the midpoint. So let us apply the midpoint formula. How do I calculate the midpoint of AB? I add up the x coordinates of A and B, divide by 2. I add up the y coordinates of A and B, divide by 2. Like x1 plus x2 upon 2. And what is the midpoint given? What are the coordinates of D3? So that means x1 plus x2 will be equal to 6. That is equation 1. Similarly, y1 plus y2 upon 2 will be equal to 4. That will imply y1 plus y2 will be equal to 8. This is equation 2. I have got two equations. Similarly, let's take side BC. In the side BC, what is there? BE is equal to EC because E is the midpoint. So again we will apply the midpoint formula to BC. x2 plus x3 upon 2, x2 plus x3 upon 2 will be equal to, what are the midpoints? 8. That will imply x2 plus x3 equal to 16 and y2 plus y3 upon 2 is equal to the y coordinate, that is 9. So that will imply y2 plus y3 is equal to 18. So I have got 1, 2, 3, 4. Two more equations I will get from AC. And I have got 6 equations and I have got 6 variables. And I have to use those 6 equations to find those 6 variables. Let us take side AC. And we say x1 plus x3 upon 2 is equal to 6. That will imply x1 plus x3 equal to 12, equation 5. y1 plus y3 upon 2 is equal to 7. That implies y1 plus y3 equal to 14. Now these are the 6 equations which I have got in terms of x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3. Now what we are going to do is, we are going to add up all the x equations. When I'll add up all the x equations like 1, 3 and 5. Let us see what happens. If I add up all the x equations, x1 plus x2 plus x2 plus x3 plus x1 plus x3, I'll get 2x1 plus 2x2 plus 2x3 is equal to the addition of 6 16, 22, 22 plus 12. 22 plus 12 will be 34. So if I add, this is a method of solution, add 1, 3 and 5. Odd number of equations which are x, because first I calculated x. So what will I get? I'll get 2x1 plus 2x2 plus 2x3, because 2x1 will come, 2x2 will come, 2x3 will come. Because in this, like x1, x2 is coming here, x2 and x3 will come. So 2x2 will come. Similarly 2x1, 2x2, 2x3 will come. 6 plus 16, 22, 22 plus 12, 34. That means x1 plus x2 plus x3 is 17. We divide it by 2. This is equation number 7. Now I already have the values of x1 plus x2. I can substitute, get the value of x3. I have the value of x2 plus x3. I can get the value of x1. And similarly, I have the value of x1 plus x3. I can get the value of x2. As x1 plus x2 is how much? 6. So 6 plus x3 will be equal to 17. x3 will be 17 minus 6, that is 11. So value of x3 has come. As next is x2 plus x3 is how much? 16. So in place of x2 and x3 in 7th equation, I'll put the value 16. So x1 plus 16 is how much? 17. So x1 will come out to be 1. x3 has come out to be 11. x1 has come out to be 1. You can put the value of x1 and x3 in this and calculate. The same thing, x1 plus x3 will be given 11 plus 1, 12. That is here. So as x1 plus x3 is 12, x1 plus x3 is 12, so x2 will be equal to 17 minus 12, x2 will be equal to 5. So I've got the value of x1, x2 and x3. Similarly, what we are going to do is, we are going to add up the values like equation 2nd, 4th and 6th. I'll add up 2nd, 4th and 6th. I'll do on the side so that you can see clearly. I'll add up, let us write down the value. I'll rub it out actually, I'll do the y1 here only. x1 came out to be 1, x2 comes out to be 5 and x3 comes out to be 11. What did we do? Add 1, 3 and 5. We added 1, 3 and 5. When we added 1, 3 and 5, we got 2x1 plus 2x2 plus 2x3 is equal to 34, and then we divided by 2 to get x1 plus x2 plus x3. Once we got x1 plus x2 plus x3, we substituted in this the value of x1 plus x2 to get the value of x3, x2 plus x3 to get the value of x1, and x1 plus x3 to get the value of x2. Now similarly, what we are going to do is, we are going to add we are going to add 2, 4 and 6. If I add 2, 4 and 6, what will I get? I'll get 2y1 plus 2y2 plus 2y3. You can do it yourself and you will see you'll get 2y1 plus 2y2 plus 2y3, and it is 8. 8 plus 18, 26, 26 plus 14, 26 for 30 and 10, 40. So you will get 40. So y1 plus y2 plus y3 will come out to be 20. We divide the whole equation by 2. Let me name this equation to be 8. The last one was 7. Now what I will do is I will substitute the value of y1 plus y2. y1 plus y2 is 8 as y1 plus y2 is 8. So I'll put 8 plus y3 is equal to 20, or y3 will be 12. We got the value of y3. 12 minus 20 minus 8 is 12. As y2 plus y3 is 18, so y1 will be 20 minus 18, so y1 will be 2. And now I will put the value of y1 plus y3 as y1 plus y3 is 14. As y1 plus y3 is 14, what I'll do is I'll put the value of y1 plus y3 in this equation, and y2 will come out to be 20 minus 14, and that is y2 is 7. 6. 14, 6, 20. So you got the value of y1 as 2, y2 as 6, and y3 as 12. So we have got the coordinates 1, 2, A is 1, 2, B is x2, y2, 5, 6, and C is x3, y3, 11 and 12. So this is the simple method of calculating the value of x1, the coordinates of A, B and C. This is how we get the coordinates of A, B and C. Now let's look at the second question, in which we have been given a triangle ABC. We have been given a triangle ABC. The coordinates of the vertices are A, 1, 3, B, 4B, and C, A1. So we don't know what is the value of B, we don't know what is the value of A. He is given in this form. And he has given you the centroid G. The coordinates of centroid G are 4, 3. Once again, I spoke about it yesterday and before that also. The centroid is the point of concurrence of medians of the triangle. 3 medians of the triangle. And what are the 3 medians? It is a line segment joining the vertex of the triangle to the midpoint of the opposite side. That means if A joins the midpoint of BC, B joins the midpoint of AC, and C joins the midpoint of AB, then they will all pass through point G. This point G is called the centroid. This point G is called the centroid. This point G is called the centroid. The coordinates of the centroid are given as 4, 3. We have to calculate the value of A, B and C. We have already discussed that how do we calculate the coordinates of the centroid. If you remember, the formula for centroid was x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, where x was the coordinate, where x was the x coordinate of the centroid, x1, x2, x3 were the x coordinates of A, B and C, and y was y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. That is, y1, y2 and y3 are the y coordinates of A, B and C. So, and x and y becomes the coordinates of centroid. Here the coordinates of centroid are given for x1 will be 1, x1 is 1, x2 is 4, and x3 is 8 upon 3. So 12 is equal to 5 plus 8, or 7 will be equal to 8. 12 minus 5 is 7. We got the value of A. Similarly here y is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. Y coordinate of the centroid is 3, and y1 is given as 3, y2 is b, and y3 is 1 upon 3. That is 9 is equal to 4 plus b, or 9 minus 4 will be equal to b, or 5 is equal to b. So we got the value of A and B. That is what he wanted you to calculate, the value of A and B. I've got the values of A and B with the help of the formula of the centroid. We calculate if the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle are x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, Then we calculate the centroid to be x is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, y is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. This we proved it also by using the section formula. If you look into my earlier video, you will find about that how did we calculate x and y, how we got this formula. It's a very simple formula, like midpoint formula is x is equal to x1 plus x2 upon 2 y1, and y is y1 plus y2 upon 2. Centroid formula is x1 plus x2 plus x3 upon 3, and y is equal to y1 plus y2 plus y3 upon 3. He had given you a centroid, but he had not given the y2 coordinate here and x3 coordinate here. So we applied the formula and we got the values of a and b.